Onegaishimasu. Okay. Right now, so far, we have 3 senpai, and that's it. So, senpai, how about each one of you lead us in a different warm-up move, some sort of Aikido move, or some sort of move that can warm us up. Senpai Odin, why don't you start? Warm us up with a certain move. Yeah, come forward a little bit. Good, excellent. Okay. So senpai, why don't you count in Japanese for us, okay?
Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju.
Was that one side or was that both sides?
One.
So why don't you take us through Yokumen as well, please? Onegaishimasu, Yokumen.
Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, ichi, hachi, kyu, ju.
And let's do the other side.
Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju.
Okay, domo arigato. Senpai Titus, if you'll come forward and lead us in another warm-up. Remember to really use those legs and sink into your hips. Okay, domo arigato, Senpai Titus, Senpai Siler, if you'll come forward and pick a warm-up for us.
Tenkan Uno 90 degrees.
Okay, sounds good.
Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju.
Okay, and just to make sure we're nice and warmed up, Senpai Siler, why don't you lead us in 180-degree Tenkan Undo as well. Dozo.
Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju.
Domo arigato. Okay, senpai, since it's you and only you on the video today, let's work specifically on your program. So one of the things on your program is palm heel strikes. So I'll come close here to review. I'm sure you'll remember this or most of it. Either the fingers are open or closed. Either way, you want the thumb on the side of the hand. If the thumb is in front, of course, we're going to smash our thumb. But we also don't want the thumb way out here because you can get hooked on their clothing or on the side of their face. So the thumb can be hooked and really pulled or torn. So it's tucked to the side, out of the way. Then it could either be fingers open and straight or curved. And then quick review. It's the heel of the palm. You remember that, not the palm, because then you'll really damage your wrist. It's the heel, the butt end of your forearm. It's very solid. Okay. Now let's take a good horse stance. Make sure the knees are out over the feet. You don't want the knees inside, out over the feet. Now let's first just do a weight shift and hip turn, actually just like we do in the arm swings. Same movement as we do in the arm swings. So training ourselves to use the legs and the hips. We start with palms up at the ribs. And this is, of course, we don't defend ourselves from this stance because we're too open. But this develops good leg strength and emphasizes using the hips. So starting with hands open, palms up, but we still want those thumbs at the sides, not in front, not sticking out. And slowly to start with, shift the weight. And that palm heel should go straight out in front to your chin height. So either fingers straight and open or curved. Make sure your elbow is a little bit bent, not straight, because you can damage your elbow. Be bent. Shift the weight the other way. You see how my palm heel strike goes right to the camera? So I'm not doing this. I'm not shifting the weight and I'm not punching in the direction I'm shifting the weight. I'm punching straight in front of me. My hip turn creates the power. Send it straight out. I don't want to go over here. Straight out to the center line where you started. Make sure the elbow is pointed down, not pointed out, because then it'll fold like an accordion. Straight down, so then you can transfer power through your body. Exactly the same as Minucci. Same Minucci shape. We're just changing the hand angle a little bit. Minucci, we know Minucci's not out here. Elbows are forward. All we're doing is changing the hand. So again, nice and slow to work coordination, accuracy, getting all the details right, the arms, the hand. And in your mind, be clear that you're striking with the heel of the palm. You're making contact with the very bottom. So have that clear in your mind. Also have clear in your mind that if your reach goes to there, that's your reach, your target should be right about here. So in your mind, also practice striking through and past target. Through and past the target. So that you're not hitting at the target, not landing at the target, you're penetrating through the target. Now, this is a little bit trickier, but very helpful and very important. I'm not just turning this hip to send the arm out. I'm also pulling back the other hip to pull that arm back. Remember that, guys? That this hip turn back really helps you to be even more powerful and makes it a sharper strike. So it's not just the hip going forward, because then that's almost like you're just kind of pushing it out. Bringing the other hip back to snap the other hand back makes the strike much sharper, makes it a snapping strike. So even though we're still going slow, I want you in your mind, not just pushing the hip forward, but also being aware other hip is being pulled back. And that pulls the hand back to your hip or your ribs. So let's practice a few of those. We're really conscious of pulling that hip back, and that sends that arm back and sends the other arm forward. Pulling the hip back actually sends the other arm forward. So let me see you keep doing that. I'll take a look. Senpai, could you all please come forward a bit more so I can see you a little bit better? Yeah, that's good. So let's see you do that. Good hip turn. Hip turn pushes the hand out, but the hip being pulled back pulls the other arm back, and that adds even more to the arm going out. Good. Elbows pointing down. Of course, you want to breathe out on the strike. Excellent. Okay. Now, let's take Hami no Kamai. Hands up. Ready stance. Now we're going to do Irimi Sugiyashi with the palm heel strike. Still going slow to work the coordination and the focus. So how about we face the same way? So let's have Hidari Hanmi. Hidari Hanmi. Irimi Sugiyashi. And as we do Irimi Sugiyashi, we do a palm heel. So now we're not going to pull this all the way back. This was just a training maneuver to really bring that hip back. We want to keep the hands up to protect ourselves. Okay, so offline, palm heel, other hand is at your jaw, protecting your head and face. Offline, palm heel, other hand protecting. The elbow is down, protecting your ribs. So I wouldn't want it like this. Maybe I'm protecting my head, but they can kick or strike to the belly or the ribs. So elbows down, just like in boxing. Offline, palm heel, make sure you don't snap the elbow straight. Irimi Sugiyashi. Irimi Sugiyashi. Each. Knee, make sure you're nice and straight, not leaning. Back heel should be flat, so you can drive off that back heel. The back heel is off, you're probably leaning. Sa. Shi. Go. Okay, switch Hanmi. Mini Hanmi. Offline. Striking with the right hand. Left arms protecting the face and the ribs. Offline, strike, but not locking the elbow. Make sure the elbow is pointed down. Irimi Sugiyashi. Irimi Sugiyashi. Each. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Okay, switch stance again. Dari Hanmi. This time we're going to do Irimi Ayumiyashi. So we're switching legs, switching arms. So the back arm becomes the front arm, delivering the palm heel strike. Okay, Hidari Hanmi, so Irimi Ayumiyashi, palm heel strike, turn that hip at the end, turn the hip at the end, protect the face. Back to Hidari. Irimi Ayumiyashi, strike. Irimi Ayumiyashi, strike, still protecting the face, jaw, and ribs. Each. Knee. Ta. Shi. Go. Look. That's good. Migi Hanmi. Irimi Ayumiyashi, the palm heel strike, protecting the other side of the body. Elbows down. Offline turn. Keep the elbow unlocked. Each. Ni. Sa. Shi. O. Broke. Okay. Now, slide step straight in. So not coming offline, not irimi sugiashi, not irimi amiashi. Sometimes we can go straight in, a direct irimi. If their guard is open and there's space inside, then we might not want to come to the outside or come offline. Sometimes we might want to come right straight in. So what we just did was offline, irimi sugiashi. We did irimi amiashi, getting offline and striking. Sometimes we might be able to come straight in. So on your actual program, technical program, what's written is straight in. Okay. So let's have Migi Hanmi. We're going to slide straight in, straight back, straight and linear. Irimi is entering. And so when you enter, come back with your footwork, you come back with your arm. So don't leave your arm out there, because then they can grab it or do things to it or pull you. So we're going to slide in, slide out, full slide step. Slide in, palm heel, and back to ready stance. I'm going to face you guys this time, okay? So you're in the right hand me? Okay, so I'll be in left hand me, so I'm like a mirror for you. Well, actually, I think it works better this way. Okay, so we're still going slow, working timing, coordination, form, and accuracy. Still fairly slow. So on my count, each, knee, make sure the other hand is up, protecting yourself at all times. San, see how I'm turning my hip there at the end? I still have a hip turn. Still have a hip turn. Shi, go. Target is under their chin or under their nose. So a slight angle up is even better. A slight angle up makes their head pop back. It's a very good angle if you can do a slight angle up under the nose, under the jaw, or if you're going to this, you can go to the side. It can be to the side as well, side of the jaw, side of the face. The upward angle has even a better effect. Go, broke, siege, hach, ku, ju. Switch on me. Check your stance, check your posture, check your guard. Watch a couple times. Again, I'm turning my hips at the end. I'm turning my hip to send that palm heel out and turn the other side of the body back for extra power, turning forward and back. So you're still doing that hip turn at the end of the step. Here we go. Each, ni, san, shi, o, rok, siege, hach, ku, ju. Okay, now back to standard training stance, horse stance. Now we're going to go harder and faster, and you can work up to full speed and full power if you want, as long as you're nice and warmed up. And it becomes really important that you don't lock your elbow, because when you're going hard and fast, you can actually strain your own elbow, or you could strain your shoulder. So you don't have to go full power, full speed right away. Make sure your form is good so you're not going to hurt yourself. And now that we're going faster and maybe full speed, full power, we want to make sure we have a drawback, not leaving it out there. We leave it out there when we're going slow to work on form, make sure everything is correct. But when we're getting more into real speed, we want to make sure we're drawing it back, coming back really fast. In your mind, know and feel that you're going through the target before you come back. So if you hit the target and come back, you're just touching it or slapping it. You have to go through before you bring it back. Through, then you bring it back. Through, then you bring it back. But you want to bring it back really fast. Now again, for this training, we're going to keep the other hand here at the hip or the rib to emphasize the pulling back to send that arm out. Okay. Let's follow the count. Alternating sides. Ready? Make sure your knees are bent. Each. Knee. San. Use the leg. Use the heel. Push off the heel. Don't use your upper body and your arm. It won't be very powerful. Push into that ground, just like we do arm swings. That's why we do arm swings so much. It's not just a warm-up. It trains us to use the body properly. Push off that heel. We don't just throw our upper body and throw our arm. It's not as strong, and you're vulnerable and open. So it's sparking from that back heel, exploding from that back heel. Ready? From the back heel, the back of the heel. Each. Knee. San. Shi. Ho. Rope. Sich. Touch. Ku. Ju. Okay, we're going to stay here to work the legs and hips, but now we'll bring the hands up to a more realistic position. See if we can still get that big hip turn like we did pulling that arm back, but now it's going to stay up here. Ready? Each. Other hand stays up. Knee. San. From the leg, from the back heel. Shi. Ho. Roke. Sich. Touch. Ku. Ju. Okay, I'm going to count 1 to 5. I'm going to watch you. Ready? Each. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Okay, fellas, I need you to come closer up. Okay, stay closer up so I can see you better. Yeah. Okay. Now, left on me. Let's do Irimi Sugihashi, just like we did before. Irimi Sugihashi. We're going to be up here, protection stance. We have our guard up. And we're just going to go faster and harder than we did before. And we make sure we have the snap back. So I'll demonstrate a couple. Watch from the front. So I'm coming off line and snapping it back, protecting myself. Okay, here we go. Left side forward, Irimi Sugihashi. As that front foot lands, we're snapping the strike out, turn the hips, come back to guard. Here we go. Each. Knee. San. Shi. Ho. Rope. Sich. Touch. Ku. Ju. Digi Hanmi. Irimi Sugihashi. As that front foot lands, drive the strike out, turn the hips, come back to guard. Snap out without locking your elbow. Make sure you don't lock it. Come back. Here we go. Each. Knee. San. Shi. Ho. Rope. Sich. Touch. Ku. Ju. Okay. Let's stay in Migi Hatmi, and we'll do Irimi Ayumiyashi. Irimi Ayumiyashi. So as the back foot touches down, we strike and turn the hips. Protect and snap back. Okay, here we go. Each. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rope. Teach. Touch. Whoop. Ju. Hidari Hanmi. Irimi Amiyashi for the strike, getting offline and striking. Hands up. Each. Eat. San. Sheet. Rope. Protect yourself. Guard up. Rope. Seach. Touch. Group. Juke. Okay, same place. I want to do 3 more. I'm going to watch you. Same way. Left side forward. Irimi Amiyashi. Strike. Ready? Each. Ni. San. Good work. Some good speed there. Okay, now straight in. Okay, so you can pick your hanmi, whichever one you want. I'm going to come straight to the camera. So again, I'm going to slide in, slide back. When I slide in, that's my power. And I still want to turn my hip. Guard, come back. Here we go. Each. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Seach. Touch. Coup. Ju. Switch on me. Okay, that's looking very sharp, senpai. I'm seeing some quick, sharp strikes. It's very good. Guard up. Slide in, slide back. Slide in, turn the hip for extra power. Guard the other side. Come back, guard. Here we go. Each. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rope. Seach. Touch. Coup. Ju. Excellent. Okay, so that was good work on your program. It's a real opportunity to work on those strikes. Okay, let's do a wind down. Weight through the feet into the ground. Body is nice and open. Focus into your center. Breathe into your center. Breathe in, expand out from your center. Breathe out, bring your mind and everything back to your center. Breathe in, you send your mind and everything out from your center. Breathe out, you bring everything back to home base, back to your center. So bringing your mind, body, and breath together in unified movement. Actually, your mind leads all of that. Mind goes out, mind expands out, you breathe in, body follows. Mind comes back to home base, breathe out, body follows. The mind leads, the mind is primary, the mind is king. Breathe in, expand, open. Breathe out, consolidate, settle. Breathe in, expand, open. Breathe out, settle. Now a little bigger motion, breathing in, come up on your toes, breathe out, bend your knees. Scooping up, drawing the energy up, Pressing the energy down. Move your mind up. Direct your mind down the front of your body. Good. Again, open. Back to center. Do that with your breath. Do that with your intention. Good. Settle over the center. Remember what that's called in Japanese? Anybody remember? I'll give you a hint. It starts with an H. I mentioned this in the park. Hara. H-A-R-A. Hara. So focus into your hara, your center. Very conveniently, the belt knot is right where our center is. If your belt knot is just below your belly button, then that's right where we want it. So your hara is below your belly button, the center of your body. Breathe in, fill your body with fresh breath. Breathe out, send out the old breath and the old energy. Good. Now, really, really deep breath in through the nose. Long breath out through the mouth and release your hands. Let them swing a little bit forward and back. Breathe normally into the belly and shift your weight side to side with your knees bent and rock out of that position. Okay. Good work, Senpai. I'm glad we had a chance to work specifically on your program. Palm heel strike is the most devastating strike. It's the quickest strike of all. Okay, so let's bow out. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Senpai. Excellent work.